What's up everybody, it's Chris661 here, and this is a brand new series. I am going to be taking the Rainbow Six Siege operators and creating them into Ghost Recon Wildlands. This first one is going to be the FBI SWAT, so it's going to be Ash, Castle, Pulse, and Thermite. I'll be doing each faction every single week, so keep a lookout for those. I want to give a shout out to Treydo Gaming. I know a lot of people are doing all these different character creation videos. I came across his channel today. He was doing some, kind of inspired me to do the Siege operators because I do enjoy that game as well. So shout out to him for, you know, getting my creative spark going here. Also, I will be giving away one brand new free copy of Ghost Recon Wildlands on whichever system you choose once I hit 500 subscribers. So be one of those first 500 and you have a chance to win it. So be sure to subscribe. Alright, so the first person I'm doing here is Ash, mainly because she's the one that I use the most. But let's be honest, who doesn't use Ash? She's awesome in Rainbow Six Siege. The first thing that stands out about Ash is that red ponytail. So I went with that red ponytail. Didn't really have to focus on anything else as far as body details and head. She wears a really long sleeve shirt, so I went with the light hunting jacket in the black. I thought that was probably the closest thing to what she uses. As far as the vest, I went with the IBA vest. She doesn't really rock a plate carrier, tactical vest, molly vest, anything like that in Siege. So the closest thing that I found was that IBA. The IBA vest. It looks it's the biggest, the bulkiest, and in Siege those FBI operators do rock the bigger vest. So I went with that IBA vest in the black. The cargo pants with the knee pads, that to me looked the closest. We know Ash has those red boots that really stand out, but in Wildlands we don't have an option for red boots. We have the hiking boots, the hiking shoes, but they only give you a certain amount of color options. So just went with the combat boots in the black. Ash rocks the ball cap and the glasses, so I just went with the regular baseball cap and the Oakley straight jackets. They don't rock headsets, so I just gave her the basic earpiece, and she does wear the fingerless gloves, so I just went with the Fingerless Kevlar, everything in black. Siege, no backpacks. This game you have to have a backpack, so I just went with the camelback. Doesn't really look like a backpack, just matched it with the black itself, so it balances out. Doesn't look like there's a big old bulky backpack on there. It's the closest thing we can do on Wildlands. And then for the patches, I just went with the American flag and the black and white for the FBI SWAT. As far as weapons go, I just created this character, so I don't have anything unlocked really. The only thing I do have is the G36C that I got through the Uplay store. I think it was like 40 credits if you want to do that. If you have some points saved up, you can go into the Uplay store and you can get that G36 for 40 credits or whatever it is. But she does have the G36. So let's see Ash in the Wildlands in Bolivia as a Ghost Recon member, rocking that G36. Looks pretty nice. Alright, so next we're going to be doing Thermite. Now this is my actual character. In real life I have shaggy hair and a really big beard, so that's why my character looks like that. But Thermite does not look like that, so we have to remove the beard. And we can't really tell if Thermite has long shaggy hair or not. I don't believe he does, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the shaved head. There we go. Then we'll go ahead and go down to body details. He doesn't have tattoos, so we'll go ahead and remove the tattoos. As far as clothing, he does have a long black shirt like Ash, but his is rolled up, so I went ahead and went with the business casual. Go ahead and make that black as well. Plate carrier, it doesn't rock the plate carrier. All the FBI operators rock the same, so I just went with the IBA and we'll put it in the black as well. Pants, same thing, the cargo pants with the same knee pads, same as Ash. Like I said, a lot of these FBI operators are almost the exact same, so go ahead and do that. Again, same with the boots. Just gonna go ahead and do the combat boots in the black. Then when we come to the accessories, we know Thermite has those ridiculous looking goggles. I absolutely hate those things. There are no ridiculous looking goggles in Wildlands, so you know there's not really much you can do. They have these round sunglasses, but you have to buy them, and I don't feel like buying them, and really it wouldn't match anyways. So just go ahead and put these goggles on him. Yeah, there's the Aviator Glasses as well, but we'll go ahead and rock these goggles. To me, the revision ones look the closest. I do like the ballistics a little more, but go ahead and put the revision on. For the headwear, they don't have the same helmet as they do in Siege, so I just went with the fast ballistic. You could choose whichever one you wanted. And we'll go ahead and put that in black as well. As far as headsets, again, no headset, so I just leave it earpiece as black. Handwear, he has those white like tape wraps. They don't have that on Wildlands. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Fingerless Kevlar in the gray color. That's about as close as I can get it. Again, no backpack, so I'm just gonna go with the camelback in the black as well, so it kind of hides it. And then for the patches, again, I'm just gonna go with that black and white American flag for the FBI. Looks nice. Alright, and for the loadout, I do have a 5.56, and we know Thermite rocks that 5.56, so I'll go ahead and choose that. Now he does not have a drum mag or a 203 launcher, so we'll change that real quick. Just with the vertical grip. And they do not have magnifiers in Siege, so we will just go ahead and remove the magnifier and go with the regular hollow sight, which is just the EXPS3 in Wildlands. And if you notice, you can match the color to your gun, unlike Siege, which drives me absolutely crazy that it's tan and nothing else matches. But anyways, here is Thermite in the game himself. Looks pretty darn cool. Breaching charges included. Alright, so I am doing Pulse next, right after Thermite. So as you can see, it already looks pretty similar to what Pulse looks like, and also what Thermite looked like as well. For the head, just going to pretty much leave it how it is. You know, Pulse has no facial hair, has the bald head, so that's really as close as we can get it. Body details, don't have to worry about that. He wears the long sleeves. No scars or anything like that. With the top, he does have the long sleeves, so we will go ahead and do the long sleeve shirt and put that in black as well. For the vest, again, just going to use the IBA vest in the black. The cargo pants, gonna go ahead and go with the exact same thing. The combat boots, exact same thing. For the accessories, don't even really have to worry about anything, except we know he rocks those sunglasses. So you could really do the Oakley ballistic or the Oakley straight jacket. I like the way the ballistic looks a little bit more. I usually rock that on my character, but you know, I think we'll go ahead and just do the Oakley straight jackets for Pulse on this. Earpiece, again, no need to change that. The gloves, it looks like he uses the Oakley Pilots in the picture, so we'll just go ahead and give him the Oakley Pilots. Again, black camelback, and the flag will be the black and white American flag. I think he looks pretty cool. You know, that headset really stands out with just those glasses, so that looks pretty cool to me. Now for his loadout, there is no UMP and there is no shotgun. I believe it's what, the M3 that they use, or the M19, something like that in Siege. But they do not have that shotgun, and they do not have the UMP on here. So really the only thing I could do is maybe give him a Spaz 12. That would be the closest thing. And that gives him, you know, the shotgun shells on there on the vest. And then for a submachine gun, you know, there's not really anything even close to a UMP. in this game. I was actually surprised there was no UMP. It usually seems like that gun pops up in every shooting game, but no UMP. I really like the Scorpion Evo, so I think we'll just go ahead and give him the Scorpion Evo. Let's go ahead and change that all to black, since that FBI faction really likes rocking the black. There we go. That looks good. So we'll go ahead and check out Pulse here. And there we have it. There is Pulse in Ghost Recon Wildlands. And last but certainly not least, we have Castle. Castle's probably the second operator that I use the most out of the FBI operators. Ash, then Castle, because everyone uses Ash. But for Castle, don't have to do all that much. We'll give him the shaved head. He does have that little goatee, so we'll go ahead and give him the goatee. There we go. And don't really have to worry about anything else. Like I said, pretty straightforward for him. No body details we have to worry about, as long as he doesn't have any tattoos, which he does not. For the clothes, he rocks like a t-shirt, maybe a polo, something like that, but it is a short sleeve shirt, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just do the basic t-shirt. And again, we'll have to put that in black. There we go. And then for the vest, now he actually has the shoulder pads on the vest, which they do have in this game. So instead of just the IBA, we're rocking the heavy IBA, so he can have those shoulder pads as well, which looks pretty cool. And again, we'll just put all that in black. And then for the pants, pretty much the same thing, except he rocks these tactical knee pads. So we'll just change that to black, so he has the right knee pads. And we'll go ahead and change to the combat boots. And there we go. Now for accessories, eyewear, he uses, it's almost like goggles, mixed between, goggles and glasses. I couldn't really tell. I'm going to go ahead and go with the goggles. I really like the ballistic ones a lot more than the revision, but to me it kind of looks like he's wearing more of like a ballistic, more of like the revision look. So I'm going to go ahead and give him the revision in the black. No face wear. Headwear, again, he uses the same helmet as Thermite, which is not in this game, so I'm just going to go ahead and give him a fast ballistic helmet, and I will put that in the black as well. Again, no headset, so just making his earpiece black to match everything. Handwear, it does look like he has the really long gloves, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the Nomax gloves. Kind of has that long look to it, like in the Siege. Switch the backpack to a camelback, so it's kind of hidden, and then change his patch to the black and white American flag. And that is Castle. Now, again, with his loadout, I just made this character. I don't have anything unlocked, but he's the same as Pulse. And like I said, there's no shotgun and there's no UMP in this game, so I don't really have much options I can do for Pulse. The only thing that I could really give him right now would be the Wilderness shotgun, and as you can see, that's just a double barrel. So doesn't really match, but hey, it gives him those shotgun shells, which kind of adds to his look in Siege. And we can just give him an MP5, because why not? So there you go. There is Castle in the game as well, and that is all 4 of your FBI operators from Rainbow Six Siege in Ghost Recon Wildlands. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and like I said at the beginning, to my first 500 subscribers, one of you will win a brand new copy of Ghost Recon Wildlands on whichever system you play on. I'll ship it out to you for free. Don't have to do anything except subscribe to my channel. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks.